Hello,
Hello.
everyone. We're back. We're ready for another week of mutiny. I don't know.
Mutiny feels like the right word. Feels.
I mean, if we just unionize, might work out better.
Anarchy. That is the thing. No. Welcome to Breaking Character on. I almost said A&E Adventures and Initiative.
Adventures in Initiative.
We are here.
Initiative. Initiative.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I finally got food in me, so the quips are coming. It's gonna happen.
No, they're gonna. It's gonna be a great night. It's gonna be a great night. We're all hyped. So if we can introduce each of our players, we're gonna start with Boston. Boston, yes, please tell us about yourself and your character.
Hi, my name is Just Brett. I am playing Boston Jones, the Fighter Paladin mix, a variant human, and the creator of most of the chaos I've noticed. Not the rogue, which I don't know if to be proud or pissed about.
Give it time.
Yeah, okay.
To be fair, mass arson.
To be fair,
It's not in the commonality of it, it's in the quality of it, so
I do feel like the division of chaos labor is pretty good within this group.
That is fair. That is fair. For now.
only one of us has committed the felony of impersonating an officer.
That is true.
Repeatedly.
That is true.
well
The other two of us are just felons.
successfully not so much, but yes, repeatedly. Okay, so sorry. This is gonna be a weird night. I'm probably sleep deprived, not gonna lie. Running on 4 hours of sleep, so woohoo. Please, Fenra, or Bloodlust, please tell us about your character.
I am playing Finrana. It's and they are a bard with so much trauma at this point. Not a typical bard. No.
No,
Wasn't traumatized before the campaign started, for the record.
No.
This bard is baby.
She is. They are precious. I just misgendered my own character. They are precious baby.
Darkness, please.
I am Ramita Thornstep, a spunky granny. I am a halfling, stout halfling, barbarian, and I somehow always get into crap and just... I don't know, Ramita is just going with the flow right now, apparently.
Ramita has gotten a lot of sleep lately.
Granny needs sleep.
Probably catching up after having to watch the kid for so long.
Oh yeah.
Rev, please tell us about your character.
I'm Rev, and I'm playing Baldric, or Rick Madhat. He is the adorably goofy Warforged rogue, who is just here to make sure that everybody else is having a good time.
And is clean while doing it.
Oh yeah, of course. You can't have a mess.
And we're down back to Nash.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Tony. Socials at Tony Will Edit, and I play Nash, the resident. We'll call him Soft Boy. I don't know that he technically is a soft boy. And Jackie Chan of the series, based on last session. I'm claiming that now.
I'm not stopping you. I don't think.
I would say a more Tai Lung from Kung Fu Panda, because you literally had claws out last session.
I'll take it. I'll take it. You know what? It's fine.
It works.
Of sort of 90s action hero vibe.
Absolutely.
Good of heart, dumb of ass, and wildly lucky at the weirdest times.
Nice. Perfect. So those are our players. We are breaking character. We try not to, but sometimes it doesn't work out. We're not professionals, so
Yet.
let's recap. Oh, okay, I'll speak for myself then.
Dungeon Master, actually, we have that that thing that Rev was gonna say
right,
before we started.
Darkness. Would
Was
you
it
like
Darkness
to?
or Rev?
Was it the discount or was it?
I mean, I have the paints right now. We still have that code up, the Don't Break 10, which will give you a discount on War Games Delivered, which has a lot of cool paints, which I'm messing with right now.
Yes. Was there something else? That was it?
That was it. Yeah, I just want to get that out of the way.
No problem. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Darkness, let me know if that ends ever. So yeah. Last week, let's recap. We had a very, very interesting, very fast-moving campaign. First, Granny, Ramita, and Finrana left the deli, saw a bus described exactly as our good buddy inside the deli described it, and saw a very interesting driver, of which Ramita ran after, basically did a speed jump, Keanu Reeves style, onto this moving vehicle, and Finrana left off just kind of yelling at the bus, because what else are you gonna do?
One of them had to shout, "Get off my lawn."
I was looking for a car. There was no car in sight, okay? Nowhere.
Then we had while that was happening, our Warforged got kidnapped, botnapped, and then had to talk his way out of it. Then we had the same bus of the description that Finrana had gotten and recalled to the rest of the group. Nash and basically everyone else in Boston all ran towards the bus to go catch it. Nash, Wolverine, can opened that thing, got inside, and was surprised by a rogue and a spellcaster. But even more surprised when the driver used his name and told him to get off the bus. Of which he did so, carrying sleepy, nappy grandma in his arms, who had, just gotten on that bus only moments earlier. So, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So let's leave it to the players to round up the aftermath. Yeah, so we have Grandma sleeping in Nash's arms, and Boston and Baldric standing there, inquisitive. Well, Finrana is on the call.
Is this before we put the car back into the lot that we stole it from, or we commandeered it from, and now that we're returning?
I think it's gonna be at the getting into the car part, or driving to Finrana. Like after the car part stuff, exactly.
So I think it'd be necessary for me to just wake up and stop the bus!
I feel like Nash is doing some sort of uncouth wake up techniques. Right,
in the back, carrying, the little.
How is Ramita's hair? Is there like a braid? Is it just all loose? What's ponytail? What do we got going on?
It's a wild mane of curly white hair.
He's taken a little twist of it and is tickling under her nose. Just good. trying to like just
Wake up!
Danny.
So I'm just gonna shoot awake. Like, I don't care what's in my way. I'm probably too short to hit your face anyway. Just stop the bus! I'm stuck on that.
I mean,
Wait,
to hit
we're in a
Nash's
bus,
face, you'd have
but we
to
don't have
come
to
through
stop
the
this
sunroof. So
So yeah, let me describe the scene for Ramita. She shoots awake. Her eyes pop open, right, and she's moving. She stop the bus, and then once everything comes to sight, she sees in front seat Boston and Baldric, or at least his hat, because Boston was driving and the chair headrest kind of was blocking the view. So anyways, and then there's this big head with tusks looking down at her, and this halo of white light around his hair lighting up his skin because his big head and shoulders are too big for this little Mini Cooper type, the BMW bug of a vehicle that has a sunroof, and his head is sticking out of it. So this is what she sees when she wakes up.
Man, party again?
yeah, unfortunately. Here, and he'll pass her his cigarette if she'll take it.
Oh yeah, big ol' hit on that thing. They're for cigars, but
Yeah, I'm cheap.
what?
So did we stop the bus?
The bus was stopped. Yet yes.
Were the kids there?
Fine, kids.
Fen, by the way, I'm gonna call you back so that way you're not just looking at the dashboard while I'm driving.
Okay. I'll see you when you get here.
Yeah.
Kids
lock
like
the doors.
Trixie? Sorry.
You're fine. Lock the doors until we get there.
I am the road! Click.
Yep, that child's gonna die. That child's gonna get murdered.
Trixie was on board.
We owe Trixie more candy.
I mean, I think they gave you some sort of candy to knock you out or something, right?
I remember was jumping on it.
You got candy while jumping on the bus? That did not happen with me.
I wish that did.
Well,
I just remember jumping on the bus. I don't remember getting any candy from anyone.
that's good, because normally you're supposed to turn down strangers' candy.
Is
To be
that why
fair,
no one's
though-
taking my butterscotches?
I'll take a butterscotch.
I will also take... You haven't offered me a butterscotch yet, ma'am.
Here you go. Thank you for waking me, I guess.
At this point, Nash, you'll notice as you pass your investigation check last round, I believe, there is a marker in the neck, dark bluish dot that could have had a needle inserted.
I think I know how they trapped you. It is either a very large bee, a dart of some kind, or someone has poisoned a needle and stabbed you in the neck with it.
Why would they attack a poor old granny that just jumped on their bus?
Why would they kidnap children and then turn them into teenagers and then make them hate you?
Don't always hate me.
They didn't like me.
I mean, to be
Just-
fair, with how you look, and I can't imagine what the other guy looked like.
You did also come flying through the window.
The roof, actually. And yes, but as a savior, in order to rescue, I shouted immediately, I am here to rescue these kids and Granny. You would think that that would make them like me, but it in fact did not help.
Makes me like you, sweetie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so after this wonderful conversation, so wholesome.
Such a good boy.
such a good, yeah.
Does she give a little cheek grab to Nash?
Oh yeah. Little cheek pinch, just like wait, I can't reach, so I'll do like a little arm pinch.
Yeah.
I'm calling it. This is like Grog and
Pike, 100%.
Pike. Yes, it is. It is that kind of
For
friendship
the record,
right now.
We've established that Granny can climb.
Oh yeah.
This is true. This is true. So the rest of the crew arrives and stops in front of you, Fenrana. You see this tiny little silver thing with windows, and it's got fur or hair fluff on the top of it going down like a beanie on the road. And it comes to a stop in front of you, and out comes the rest of your party. Or the whole party.
Even going to ask where you got it. I keep trying to go Irish, Scottish with the fur.
You know, it's a fictional world. It could be both. It could just
No.
North and south. I don't know.
No,
Planet
it's
South.
horrible. It's a horrible. Scottish is my comfort accent, so that's what I just go to whenever I get bored. Yeah. However, it's very infectious whenever I'm trying to get into the English accent that is Fen.
It's okay.
Anyway,
We're here to practice.
Anyway. Did you get... No, never mind. What happened?
Children were older now. They don't like
Yes.
Granny's candy. She got stabbed. I beat up two guys. I think one of them was that Scully dude. I maybe. He was bald, or shaved head, I think. And I did dope climb a bus at one point. We got a free car, I think.
No, I'm retiring this in a minute. We don't want this on our tail.
Okay, we did not get. We rented a free car.
Yeah.
Rented. Okay.
Rick, you want me to come with you to drop us off? So considering it's back to the place where you were hijacked, apparently.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Rick was what?
Wait, you said
Oh
legally.
yeah,
What?
so he did willingly give us the vehicle without any threat of force or violence.
Right.
Insight check.
Nash is also gonna roll an insight check.
We're trustworthy.
Gonna be like, I don't care how you got it.
That's a 19 for Boston.
That's a beautiful 5, baby.
That is a 21.
There might have been some
Wow.
violence involved. There might have been some...
I nat one, but still have an 8.
There might have been some violence involved. Some.
He may have been under the impression that the police were commandeering the vehicle.
You once again illegally impersonated an officer. Good. Sweet. Fantastic.
And you illegally bludgeon people with scaffolding.
I realize this. Trust me.
Okay, just making sure that nothing here is legal. We're all just doing things to survive and make sure our friends don't not
And
survive or do
Yes.
survive.
And save the children.
and save the children.
Whom are not children anymore.
There can still be some children.
That is true.
All right. Well then, I suppose we should return your commandeered vehicle as well as regroup as to what plan we have further from this point. I have plenty of information I got from the sandwich stop across from the church. However, I do believe after a second time being accosted by us at the same church, might not be the best idea to come back here.
True.
But did you get
Been on
sandwiches?
town?
Yeah,
I paid
that's
for
actually-
sandwiches, but I kind of had to run. Do you
have
want
to
me
go
to go
get
back to get
sandwiches,
sandwiches?
I mean, we can just
Better
pick them
sandwich
up
shop.
on our way back with from dropping off the vehicle.
Yeah.
That would be good. I am weirdly hungry.
And maybe you and I, Rick, you want to see if we can see anything's left inside that warehouse? It was kind of a bad shop to get out of there. Maybe
Yeah,
it left something.
we should
Pick
be
up
able to
some
move
cake,
discreetly
too.
enough.
Cake. We got cake, sandwiches. Looking at in the factory. Is there anything else? We want beer, whiskey.
Whiskey.
Whiskey. Okay.
I'll wait till we get back to the hotel.
Oh yeah, we're regrouping. Why is it flashing?
Where do you, how do you plan on traveling there?
I am fine with public transport. If we
shall
want...
use-
I mean, we walked here, didn't we?
No, we use the punch buggy.
I shall
no,
use
no.
Nash.
But like,
I can walk from here to the hotel, yes, while y'all
Yeah.
take the other one back.
It's further than a brisk walk, but it is close enough that you would not be winded. We're talking like 20 minutes, so like 4 miles
Fair, I'm proud.
or 5. I don't know how that calculates, but you get
Average
the idea.
person we're all like fairly like active people like in the campaign anyway, so 8-minute mile makes sense.
Right. So, do you separately return to the hotel to regroup and then to go the shopping, or?
Do suggest we maintain the no less than 2 people per section, per group, as apparently, as you were saying earlier, Rick got kidnapped.
Yeah.
And Granny got
Only
kidnapped.
for a little bit.
granted, there were 2 of you when Granny got kidnapped.
There
That's
was,
true.
however, she also jumped onto the bus of her own volition.
That doesn't
You-
technically mean there's gonna be a kidnapping.
You let me get kidnapped.
Are you, Ramita, ma'am? I tried very hard to get on.
Someone get Ben a drink while we go. They need make it a double.
I think Fen needs one a little more than I do, but I would love one.
Right.
Oh,
Well
actually,
then,
before we go, Fen, he's gonna take out the bloodied handkerchief. Do you have a buddy, or in case yours doesn't work, Nash, so that could get us blood sample or identify whose blood this is?
not within the city, I believe. Not within this city, at least. If we were back in Aurora, and I have a bit more pull, but I mean, I could contact somebody, but it wouldn't so much be my investigation at that point. It would be the police.
At this point, Fenrona, you notice you have a missed message with all the action and everything that happened earlier.
Yes.
The timing is roughly when you're watching the bus drive away, so the notification probably did not register in your head, but it is from your Auroran contact. I believe Professor
Aaron, or
Aren. Yes.
Aren.
Um,
Actually, I do have a line of inquiry I had ran a while back with my teacher back in Auroran about more of the acid and such that he apparently has gotten back to me on. One moment, and I'm gonna go through and like read that.
You'll notice there are 2 separate messages. The first one talks about the acid that you had come across, and said that it is plentiful up there, and they have every vial and container accounted for. So this has to be, if it works in the same way, must be some sort of generic utility, a copy, and which means that we have a leak in our council. And he goes on to elaborate more about quality and chemical compounds and things that probably you could flag and save the email for later. Second one goes on to elaborate further, summarizing the last one in the first paragraph, and then the rest going on about I believe the next thing, the contacts of the Varrock city. That with his permission, and there is one attached, that's why 2 parts, you can have access or request services of the local enforcements to get your job done and get to the bottom of this, as they cannot allow any of the vials to leave without authority, and that includes anything made with the formula.
Yeah. I actually may have an in. So obviously the acid that is used to break down magic artifacts and such is a closely guarded secret.
Sure.
And none of it is missing from my home. Meaning that secret has gotten out somehow.
Not surprising.
Not surprising, however, it is a line of avenue in which I can take action.
How?
By spearheading an investigation into why something that is closely covered by my own city, and therefore the government I am currently attached to, has made its way into the underground of a completely different city. Basically, I can go to the cops and boss them around a little bit.
Let's do it.
That is indeed the what that's basically doing, right? Is giving me kind of an avenue of saying, "Hey, I need a little bit of help here. Help me."
Much like similar line, not exactly the same direct unit, but if you were to watch a cop show, and like.
It's the FBI coming into a different
exactly
ones.
Yes, one jurisdiction overrides another, and it's like we'll take it from here, y'all can go home, and it's usually like the chief or people in charge can go home. So yes, that would be the very similar situation of or like an excavation, digging up bones, it's like, okay, all other construction stops, we're coming in. And considering your line of work, that's exactly what it is.
As much fun as it would be to get the police in on this, even if you say you're going to go by yourself, I don't trust them. I would know because I've worked with them and worked against them before.
On the other hand of that, this is quite literally my job.
I thought you were a reporter, not a narc.
There's a bit of both, to be fair, though not to your government. basically,
work in espionage.
I work in subverting espionage. At least as far as Auroran is concerned. There were people who stole secrets from my country or my city, and therefore I can intervene. You all do not have to be involved directly at all. I can fully make it just me, if that makes you all much more comfortable.
I mean, I'm a hunter, cowboy, so I mean, and gonna look over Nash. You deputized, Mazel Tov, and he's gonna take something and just kind of like toss it in your general direction, Nash.
Nash,
Please tell
you
me it's
get
like
this-
a badge sticker.
You get like this like credit card looking thing, but instead of a square, it's more of a octagonal shape, and that's a size of a badge.
Amazing. Nash does not have pockets, really. So
We can get it tattooed onto you if you want.
He's gonna stash it on the inside of his mesh shirt. Just
And as soon as it gets down after below the collar bone, it kind of gets stuck on its own with the material of the shirt and the item conflicting, and it's like Velcro.
nice.
Just stuck there now, forever.
It would take a good rip to pull it off, and you would hear it exactly the same as Velcro.
Nash is gonna look at Boston. Just so you know, there's no take backsies.
Oh yeah, I know. Now you're gonna get a pay cut. Speaking of which,
Whoa,
gonna reach...
a pay cut.
No, you're gonna get a cut of the pay. You haven't been paid yet.
Oh, I was gonna say I can't pay you.
Boston, as he leans forward, you see the light reflect off of this octagonal shape that's coming through the mesh, and it looks similar to what we would see of, Iron Man's chest. Just a brief glimpse of a little flash of light.
I am now Iron Man Jackie Chan. I am unstoppable.
So you're a Black Panther?
Very much. For the orcs.
That works way better than I thought it would, honestly.
That or Batman, and one or the other.
Or technically a Power Ranger.
Yeah, you know what? That's even better.
Power Ranger. Yes.
Because we're hunters also, so that makes sense. Ranger, yep.
That means
I need something now so I can be the helmet.
yes.
Oh, Lord.
Or like a backpack, or like I could hold on to your ankle. You could be the sword of the. Like, we could make this work. We can.
Wait, you could do like a fast
out of this.
Which is one of the things for like carrying a baby.
A baby Bjorn. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I don't have any
I love
babies,
this.
so-
I love this. I love this. I just all of this.
Right now, I don't think I can afford to get 2 more employees. Looking at the other 2, I'm a little behind on work. I was expecting to, to get $7 million 3 days ago, and it didn't happen. Or
I
7
have a
million
benefactor.
right?
If it helps, I'm not currently looking for employment.
Mazel tov.
But this is one way we can get more backup, more people looking into this, and we have plenty of damning information. That being said, can we maybe not include the fact that we are the ones who indeed burnt down the city, as well as a crashed scaffolding on top of people?
In the defense of the first one, the only building that we knew that I set fire to specifically, we were under the assumption that they were doing criminal activities, and we were trying to either stall time for more evidence to be collected, or for... Yeah, sure, well, we won't bring it up.
I don't know why you're asking that question. You're the narc.
Yeah, like...
Aren't you
I've been
the
lying
one
to y'all's
that-
faces all the time. I mean, I don't know what you mean. Like,
You've lied to us.
not you, Rick. I'm talking to the narc.
Aldrich, at this point, would
Once again, I do not report to your government, so there's that.
This isn't my home. I don't live here.
Baldric,
But you
will,
operate out of here. Your religion is here.
Go ahead, DM.
I'm sorry. I thought I took the pause to mean that you were out of words, not a dramatic inhale of the surprise and.
You're not religious, are you?
No, academic purely.
So, sure. There's a difference between church and the people. People make up a church, not a building. I live anywhere that pays me, honestly.
Including
And
a church.
we just
Including a church.
including a church. But they really don't pay me, they just give me free food.
And sometimes a building that they also call a church.
Not
Gave
helping.
you a building?
No.
And Rana, this comparison, or this description reminds you of some of the things that you used to do early on in your studies when you first arrived. You had to volunteer and become an intern for several professors, and it wasn't always grand. And you were also looked down upon and not actually a part of the organization.
Yes.
Baldric, you will have recognized that maybe once every 12 years of your service, someone of this authority would come by and kind of make things a little hectic in the business section when they were doing like expansions or some kind of harvesting of things they had to, or integrate certain machines. They were the overseers to make sure that they, that there wasn't anything ecologically, magically discovered or disturbed.
And this is the group that Fen is from.
Yes.
Yes, this one is in the Auroran city state. Who and we'll do a little lore. Let's do a little lore. The city state.
Lore stuff. Wait,
My
not ready.
background.
Yes, absolutely. The city-state of Auroran is basically the eye on the sky for the entire area of Ukraine. Let me pull up my Pinterest because this will help. Yes, I have a Pinterest for my worlds. So,
You're allowed.
It's good.
Basic,
Story
but
building.
I
I
don't care.
have.
As long as you didn't create a LinkedIn for them, I think you're okay.
Go
feel
Google
called
Maps and actually put them in the. Okay, so we have the Auroran city-state. It is a beautifully organized, earth and aquatic themed city-state, as their main focus is studies and watching the skies, watching the seas, discovering the earth as it was, is, and could be, excavating for any arcane activity, magic, either in nature or man-made and forgotten. And they go all over the known continent as they can. Excuse me. But in search of these things. So they also cross borders and lines to get into other city-states, and will be everything you can think of, like for the history buffs of all those specialties with the pottery and then the tools and excavations of artifacts, dinosaurs or archaeologists. That is their biggest thing, and they have jurisdiction as long as it is within guidelines, of course. Certain strict rules that they go by to make sure that they don't disturb too much of civilian and city life or citizen political global interactions, but also so they don't waste their time going over things that they've already found. Find the information, gather it, store it, keep it. They were, you could say, the original storytellers of ancient old. and they wanted to explain the world through their stories, and they found out that the accurate tales were just as exciting as the fantasy ones. So that is how this city-state grew. They have the highest peaks in the mountain range, and they have giant cliffs and a biggest seaport of any of them, and only 2 others have access to water. So big fisherman type of. So it's this giant area, and it's gorgeous. The fashion reflects that, with the night Milky Way sky or the bottom sea bioluminescent fungi. I'm rattling on. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Point of fact, has anyone seen me at night? Because my clothes do glow.
Yes. If you had seen before going to bed, I don't know, Fenrana's clothes would have glowed, their eyes would have glowed, their hair probably has points in it that
Did
would
someone
glow.
crack you like a glow stick? You good?
It's biology, but yeah.
Glow sticks are
Just
biology?
say yes.
Apparently.
My glowing is biological, but whatever.
But how do glow sticks work?
That is an excellent question.
Chemical reaction.
Goes in tight.
Mixtures of certain chemicals create bioluminescence or such things. She'll
Just pulling your dick.
They'll just go. They'll just go into an explanation.
They go off into a huge old lecture.
Nash will just
you know,
glaze
Related
over.
to like this, and then like Rick's eyes glow different colors.
Yes, except I can do it as well, and the Fen's eyes just get brighter.
Wait,
That's definitely healthy.
wait. Is it still bioluminescence when you do it, Rick, or is it just
I do not believe he's biological.
bioluminescence?
Robotics would be more.
Yeah, robotoluminescence. Robotoluminescence?
That is it exactly. That is the term for it.
There you go.
It's gotta be it.
Lumens.
So you're a ruminant.
Well, I wouldn't go telling everybody. It's a household secret.
Nice.
Yeah, so I actually need to pick a few things up from a warehouse or not a warehouse, but a work store. Also get the things that we wanted. Does anyone else need anything? Nash, what are your weapons? Do you need anything? Like, we might want to, if we're going to the cops and we're going to be assisting them, or do you want them just to take over their fen?
More of they'll be working for me. It will chiefly be my investigation, because it is regarding secrets from Auroran.
So you're the boss.
I'm the boss.
So can you like point them in the other direction with like the fires and like try to put it on that church?
I can certainly try.
Considering they're the ones that committed arson in the first place.
Yeah.
When did they commit arson?
They blew up my church.
Oh! That, yes. I forgot about that.
Wednesday was the inciting incident to this whole ordeal.
Yeah, that was like 2 days ago. Keep up, come on.
A lot has happened in 2 days.
Exciting, isn't it?
To be fair, small amounts of arson and carjacking are nothing compared to an act of terrorism.
And
This is
murdering 2 people.
And they murdered someone.
2.
And then
They
harvested
murdered
them.
at least 2. Murdered at least 2, harvested at least 2. Plus, there were potentially more who definitely died in the explosion.
And also, illegal experimentation on children. I think
The
that's
group will
less.
remember
Quite a lot, yes.
together the group will remember 2 days ago that there were 2 of them as for the former party members, but also they lied with other bodies, and there was a total of
Yes.
7
Mm.
accounted for at that time.
So we have 7 murders
At
on
least.
top of on top of destroying a religious artifact, aka a church, whose origins is rather extensive, I believe.
Yeah. Also stealing from them the artifact collection.
Stealing artifacts places it firmly in my direction as well.
Great.
So,
Well then, what's the plan, boss?
We put the car back before we go talk to the cops. Though potentially bringing the evidence we also have at the hotel would be a good idea.
You're gonna want my flask then, and he's gonna hand over his still filled with oozing flask.
Yeah. Good. Yes. This will be so much fun. It's always so boring and involving others.
I do also have all the data from my my chip that we also could show as footage to see what they did / get the
true.
vehicle being untracked.
Did we see the same person in that bus? Did we see the same person in that bus, Nash? Because we saw some of the people, correct, in the footage from the church?
You know, I forgot that we'd seen them in that recording, so it's a good time to ask the DM, did I recognize that person?
Okay, so, those who, yes, Nash being on the bus, the people were, there was the driver that he interacted with, the conversation looked very familiar to a little girl he had taught stranger danger about. There was some weirdo in a seat, and then there was one that was directly accosting him with lightning bolts. He had a skull tattoo on his arm, of which was where the source of his electrode power came from, going down the arms along with that skeleton tattoo. So he would have definitely found or recognized the guy upon impact of the bus. Sorry.
Impact of bus.
My fist to his face.
Yes. So, and if the crew, well, the party will remember
The fam.
that
We are the fam. It's fine.
There was a person with a shaved head, a person with a skull tattoo, skeleton tattoo going around down his arm, as well as two others. One very, very close to a half elf, and the other one also an orc, half orc, quarter. So,
we have proof of both of them being both on the bus that was just kidnapping our friend, as well as blowing up a church. I think that's very damning evidence, yes.
I have one teensy-weensy but ever so crucial problem with this situation.
Yes.
We don't know how up the food chain this thing goes.
Also, I kind of jumped on the bus first, so they could have just thought I was attacking.
Semantics. At this point, they blew up a church. They're guilty.
Not only that, you don't drug somebody who's that gets on your bus. You either throw them out or you call the cops.
You don't drug them and take them to an alternative location.
Yeah. If I look at the wound, if of course Ramita lets me, can I tell what kind of drug they used? Not that I would ever do anything with drugs in this particular fashion, just in my experiences that I've done before, would I be familiar with what kind of sedative they're using? See what kind of pocketbook this group has.
That would take something along the lines of a doctor medkit level. I know. You could roll, but it's going to be a great disadvantage.
That's okay.
We could take blood and test it.
It feels like there's been enough blood going around today. What would we gain from knowing the thing that they used once?
if we can find the dealer, might be able to give us a little bit of a hint.
The dealer, it also tells us a good deal of what money they have to throw around, as they just wasted it on Ramita.
A young woman.
Not a waste.
Yes, but they didn't keep you, did they?
Only because
they didn't
I
have a
stopped them.
choice.
They
Yes.
were attempting to keep her.
They were attempting.
That
However,
was the intent.
they also, it was not fully thought out beforehand. It was an impulse thing. They literally did not know how that situation was going to go beyond, oh, she's on our bus now. I'm going to stab her.
Yeah,
You
so
don't normally
you don't remember-
plan for people to attack your bus. That's not like
Yes,
a
but
normal thing.
You usually plan for the use of drugs. Meaning they just had it on their person.
You must spend
Randomly.
really boring college parties, didn't you?
Me? Who?
Yeah, you.
I didn't go to parties, so there's that.
You missed out.
Just so you're aware, Finrana, your quote-unquote parties were more like galas.
Mhm.
Ballrooms.
Yeah. I got that kind of vibe from Auroran, that it was more like regal balls and stuff rather than an actual party.
You're like, I went to a masquerade once. I'm like, the fuck's a masquerade?
I was once forced into a gala that turned out
gala?
unfortunately.
Like a gallon of milk?
Gala. It's a formal get-together, dancing, other such things, sometimes masks, sometimes not. Regal cost.
So is this some like mass fighting stuff?
No, there's no fighting. There's drinking of champagne and discussion of political climates. Beyond that,
Which leads into
Of
fighting,
course, several
yes.
events like that.
Yeah.
Dancing was fighting.
It
dancing
depends
is
on
not-
your.
Why am I
Depends how many
asking
dance
who
moves you
wanna
got.
dance? How many dance partners?
Yeah.
I think we have very different meanings for the word dance.
I mean, I go up to people. I'm like, "What? You want to dance?"
I have the vaguest familiar feeling that it does not
I'm gonna
mean
go drop
a
off this car.
That sounds like a plan. We are getting very distracted. I am going to contact my teacher once more to give him even more updates.
At this point, assuming you all had this conversation in the hotel room, you definitely smell the whiff of lunch coming up. Or
It's only lunch.
having already been served, it's getting there.
It's only lunch.
It's fine. It's been a morning.
It's been a morning.
Who's hungry?
Starving, but I'll just grab some stuff to go. And Rick, you want to come with?
Certainly.
Rick, stuff all your compartments.
Oh!
Yes, but certainly I understand your meaning.
You're well rested,
Never mind.
Granny. It seems to be.
I don't know
Vash
whether
needs his food.
Is this a new way of
storage for
insulting
later. Okay.
Ah,
I mean, it's not like we're going on a long voyage. There's food literally everywhere.
Until
Yes.
there isn't.
Nash eats it all. I want a brownie every now and then too.
That's. For the record, they did give a substantial chunk of my brownies to children.
That is true. That now do not like you.
I'm the one who started that, I think.
We can look over the notes for that later. Let's drop off a car.
Drop up a car. I will get in contact with my teacher really quick. And then we shall
You're back.
proceed to wherever we need to.
First
Hey.
came the butterscotch, then came the cookies. So the party is going to divide. We
Once
have
again.
Boston and Baldric going to the store. Nash getting something to eat. Yes. With
Sure.
Granny.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
mean,
Is that a question or?
There
Is
will be
Nash even
food.
hungry now, though?
But
I thought Nash was always hungry.
No, that's me.
Nash is always
Come
hungry.
on. Come on.
Thanks, Tony's bullying.
Nash is constantly snacking.
It would be rude to say no.
Yeah, so I mean, was that the other option was just get lunch? I thought there was more to it when we decided to split up.
Then there's also Fenrana's self voyage with her professor, basically a one-to-one conversation.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I feel like we got nothing to do but wait. That's the vibe I'm getting. Or for me.
While we are eating, Nash is going to remember that he did send a message to Spider this morning, and go ahead and check his HUD for anything from that. Is there anything from Spider?
There is one check for deliverance, but nothing has not been opened. It has only been 24 hours since you had sent it. Or maybe 36, closer to that. So it's a little early on, but at the same time, when money is involved, he usually jumps on these things. So even if he hadn't responded to you, that would be common to wait a day for a response. But he usually goes to him every morning.
Granny, are
Can
you
I like
up for a field trip?
always?
Is Spider even in this city? I don't actually know what city. I don't think we ever established.
No.
No.
Well, we kind of did, because he was somebody met in I almost said college.
In prison.
Prison.
Yeah, Nash's college.
Same thing.
Prison.
Yeah,
Read
it's
a
definitely a
book.
form of education.
He read a book.
Potato.
He would know that whether or not Spider was in or out, there would be no delay in reading his mail. He's kind of a professional criminal in a way that, like, cops will arrest him and it's like a vacation for month or 6, and then he'll be out and just doing other stuff. Could also buy his way out. That's how much of a professional he is, and how his cobwebs reach out to the nether space of the underground.
Not the nether, with the piglins and their dubstep.
So anyhow, yeah, he's back up in was it Ithros? I think it was Ithros, or no, Loyalist.
Loyalist, yeah.
It was Loyalist. Was where the prison was. So
Sounds right.
he's all the way up in a different city state, which is the equivalent of going from, I think I've mapped it out, I think is the equivalent of going from Mexico to Canada.
We drove from there to get here.
No, you drove from Ithros or something, yeah. Sorry. But same almost distance kind of thing.
Mm.
It was a 6-hour hovercraft ride.
Mm-hmm.
The vehicle would have been like 12 hours, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not a quick shopping trip type of thing.
All right. Then yeah, I guess Nash will just eat lunch.
I'm gonna look at Nash and be like, "What's up, sweetie? You seem like you're down. Something seems off."
There's nothing apparently wrong at this moment. Just I thought we were friends. But apparently we may not be friends. Not you and me. I think we are friends too, but another person. I have many friends.
Oh dear me, you had me concerned. I thought you were starting to hate me.
It was like heartbreaking.
Oh lordy.
At this point, your waitress comes up with your plates of food, with which you will have 4 or 5 set in front of you and 2 in front of Granny, just as full as the others, just not as many. And totally giving you guys the "oh, my precious" or "bless your heart" look as she's laying down the plates, hearing this. Sorry. Boston and Baldric, you're heading towards the nearest parts store, correct?
We're first dropping off the car, and then on the way back, we're gonna pick up our stuff. Yeah.
Okay. On the way back, using public transportation?
Yeah.
Okay. It would be, twice as long on the way back. So 10-minute drive, 20-minute, 30-minute trip total, maybe. Plus shopping.
They're so pedestrian. I should try them more often.
Yeah, you get to meet some of the nicest and strangest people here.
Being one of the nicer city-states, also close to being, fancy, they go for more of the eco-friendly things, and they have more of an eco-friendly trolley that, is spacious and what goes off the sunlight and all the wonderful things. And stops at every block mile, so everyone has a chance to get on or off at their leisure. So yeah, and it's public transportation. It's free. There is no price for it. And you can quickly get to the parts store from where you drop the car off. But of course, the speed is not the same.
So, sorry again about you getting caught up by those, whatever caught you.
It's completely understandable. It was not your fault.
I figured you probably could handle yourself, but you got caught by surprise. Anyone can get taken down,
Yeah, they seem to have used something along the lines of an EMP upon me.
Baldric, you'll remember moments before the recording in your head will remember a playback. Moments before blacking out, you started to walk around and view the area and even do some of your prestidigitation. Some of the area.
If we're being completely honest with each other, I may have taken upon myself to do some cleaning of the street, which could have brought some attention to me.
Inside the office that you were left. And you seem to recall 1 foot sinking about 1/4 of an inch before going out. You found a trap.
As I think of it, I don't think this really had anything to do with your instructions at all. More my inability to listen to them.
Oh, bub.
I mean, I'm not your boss. I'm your friend. You can do whatever you want. I just gave you a suggestion to do whatever you want. Rule of life: if no one's your boss, and you're just working with friends, as long as you don't get yourself killed or caught, anything is pretty much free game. That's my rule anyway. Life is too short.
I shall have to try to incorporate that into my lifestyle.
Life is too short for us not to try to appreciate everything that we can. As long as you hurt nobody, it really doesn't matter.
I just see the logic in that. I like that.
Okay.
Which is why I'm gonna kill these fucking cultists.
Don't hurt people. Kill these cultists.
They deserve it.
I'm gonna get that pinstripe somewhere.
Fantastic.
So you come upon the parts store.
Mm-hmm.
There's, it's very pawn-esque as you go in, as there's a bunch of what?
Nothing. Go on. I'm just remembering a conversation you and I had earlier, and I'm concerned.
Okay. Anyways, there's motorcycles, bicycles that run off solar panels. There's different types of equipment for entertainment, utilities, food and whatnot, ovens and things like that. All types of mechanical works that was pawned off. But as you keep going down into the back, you see fewer whole parts and more pieces. When's kind of the equivalent of a pull apart for cars.
Do you have a welding option on you, Rick?
Not with any degree of precision. It's not a skill I've ever needed.
Gotcha. Well, we're in the right place. I'm pretty sure this is one of those places where if you bring the stuff or buy things, they'll let you use your tools for a fee.
I can mend small items.
That'll definitely help because I'm not as good as I used to be with one of these things. I'm gonna look for the nearest person who seems to be either running the place or a general worker.
You see a man behind the counter in a adjusted reclining bar stool. Big rotundus belly, jean pants, and a shirt that's a little on the small side. Not on the arms, but around the belly. And he's looking at the clear projection of the newspaper articles of the latest area. Human, brown hair, looks like he might have a bald spot in the back. And kind of general face, square jaw, basic cheese, sunken eyes. Kind of a neighborly, but also fatherly, because you can also see to the other side that there's a younger version of him with slightly less wide of a jaw and a slender body. The father and son pair duo. The father apparently owns it, and the son works there.
Morning.
Good morning.
I was wondering, can we use the shop here, or are you guys gonna have to work it? We'll pay. I'll pay for it, obviously. I just wonder if the shop was available for customers.
Yeah, we usually do. I think we were repairing it. Hey, Bill. Shh. Hate the names your mom chose for you. Barbaranta. Barbaranta.
That poor child. Barbaran.
And you see this child turns around and yes, male figure. What can I do for you?
Hey, we were wondering if I could use the some of the welding stuff here if I wanted to kind of make something out of some of the stuff I buy here. I'll pay for it, obviously. And if you guys want, if you need an extra hand, I can help with whatever you guys are fixing right now. I used to work a little bit on cars.
No, sir. You can use the stuff with the purchase. That's kind of how it works.
All right.
Start scratching his nose and his eye kind of crinkles. It's like, but you do also have to spend a certain amount.
Yeah.
There's a minimum, but yeah. Use the stuff.
Appreciate you. looking around, first thing he's gonna look for, is there any like base, like old like combat gloves or any sort of just like leather that he could use? And like leather working kit.
There is a pair of sort of roughed up but also smoothed out heavy utility gardening, almost construction gloves.
Perfect, start. Rick, what I'm gonna need you to look for is metal and sheets or anything that we could take it apart, and we're gonna make these gloves have a bit more of a punch. We're gonna need a few metal pipes. We're gonna need some leather and see if they have any concrete powder.
I think I can work with that.
Stuff. I will also be looking for those things and also setting up a little station.
I got pipes, leather, gloves, concrete, and powder. Was there one more I forgot?
Metal that would be easy enough to work with without us taking us like 12 hours for it to like melt down into the shape that I want it to.
Mm-hmm.
And cloth. just strips of cloth. It does not have to look pretty. That's what Rick's here for. If he's not gonna help with the tools, he'll make it look nice.
So metal or metal pipes or both?
Both.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So about 80% of these are found in this shop.
Mm-hmm.
You get the metal sheeting
Mm-hmm.
from a trying to think. I want to say sunroof. Not a sunroof, but a solar panel. An older, worn out solar panel. You do find your pipes. And
He'd
then,
buy him off a bike if push comes to shove, because bike's got tubes.
Who?
Never mind.
The leather, yes. Pants. It's leather pants. You probably rip them up and use what you need.
Yep.
The gloves I described earlier,
Mm-hmm.
not the concrete, powder, or the cloth.
So what I'm trying to work on, actually, Rick, I'm trying to make basically just boxing gloves that will pack more of a punch than just my regular fists, in theory. I was thinking maybe of getting some way of maybe producing electric shock, but looking around, is there anything here that might qualify, as something that might taser somebody, but not, brutally kill them, because I did promise one of our crewmates that I'm not going to be killing people, or trying
There
not
would be any
to.
electronics here with large capacitors, but not with transformers. We want a DVD player, not a microwave.
Yeah, please.
Oh, all the things.
I mean, it's a pawn shop that probably is. It's just how well does it work is the biggest issue.
You find the very, very sharp object, small, round, long. I know that was a lot of things. It was supposed to be a round, handheld size.
Yeah, it's a small, round, handheld object.
That is long.
It's electronically powered.
That is long. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it is electronically powered. That. Yeah. Oh, I know. Shit.
Yeah.
I hate you all.
I haven't said anything.
You got enough of it in there. I thought it might have been intentional.
No, it wasn't.
Sure.
I wish I was that smart, but like
Just blindly dragging them in. It's fine.
I have this item I need to describe. How do I want to describe it? Oh, I know how.
Is it still in the packaging at least? I mean, what are we dealing with?
No! Oh
No open returns.
It is definitely seen better days. I'm sorry, you lined me up for that.
I did, and Tony looks completely confused or just concerned for our immortal souls.
We're immortal?
I'd like to think so.
At least the temporary ones for sure.
Oh no.
Ah, God.
Immoral, more like.
Yeah, there we go.
Our immoral souls.
I hope this is getting clipped by. I hope somebody. I do not mind the
Rick,
embarrassment of seeing
give
that
that.
again.
Giving back to the community.
It's a. No, I can't. Okay, now I have to think of the name again. It's a javelin for shark hunting.
Oh, it's a harpoon.
Yes, with an
just-
electrical current. So
Sure.
when it hits the target, it also shocks it.
Why
That's
didn't you
Yeah.
say it
much
was
less like the object that you were previously describing.
the? Anyway,
It's not the. It is the same cylindrical shape, though.
but there's a point with jagged ends typically, and because they're jagged, so that way the shark can't pull away from it.
Are you
For
saying
the
that
ragged.
can't have
It's
preference?
not ribbed for pleasure.
I don't know how to activate it, but let's,
for
I'm
it.
dying.
maybe we should just take a quick hydration break just to get out of our systems real quick.
I think we're gonna stop, pause, and take an actual break because it's an hour and a half from when we started. It's usually our middle point, anyway. We're gonna have this quick break, calm down, and Kara giggles out, and we will be right back.
This is now broken character. See you soon.
What the hell was that?
Someone added to it.
Hello, everyone. We are back. I hopefully got the giggles out of us. Nope, not
Nope.
quite. We definitely did not. So we're gonna try and end this session as soon as possible, so we can. We obviously are not gonna be in character the rest of the night. So
Oh, we are.
Totally get back into character. What are you talking about?
Yeah, like Peachy Keen, boss. Peachy Keen.
Okay. So we are returning with a not javelin. You said it just before. Harpoon
Harpoon.
in your hand with all of the other grocery things done. And
Great.
your total at the register is coming up to 50K.
50. What?
Yeah.
Is that a lot?
I have to check my bank account because I forgot to pull it up during the break.
I can certainly help with this.
Da-da-da. I agree with what you said, Tony. Da-da-da. Oh, 50K. No, I got that. I thought I'd had one less zero onto my bank account. Yeah, I can. If you want to help, by all means, but I do got this.
I'm sorry. You said that you wanted to use the shop in the back.
Yeah, that's right. Never mind.
I can't let you with this little amount.
What?
I need you to spend at least 500K to use the shop.
500K? Can I get an insight check on this dickhole?
Do it.
Actually,
16.
A what?
16.
Okay. This guy's honest. Totally honest. Straight face.
100.
This is with a 16 insight. He's not happy about it either.
do you think that there would be anything that you could do to perhaps lower that at all for us? We are on a little bit of a budget, I'm going to say, and roll persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
Dirty 20.
Ooh. Has his demeanor changed since we first started talking to him?
Not really.
So, like, okay,
I mean, like,
nothing's off.
he's gone from passive to active. But that's about it. No, I wish I could. I really do. Like, don't get me wrong. It's not against you all or anything. I'm not part of some of these so-called loyalists that just kind of excuse me, not loyalists. Sounds too much like the city. I'm not like some of these others who think, machine parts aren't really, healthy for you and kind of mess up your chi and all this other weird stuff. But what I have to charge you that much because prices are getting higher. It's harder and harder to come by parts now. We keep getting shipments robbed, basically, or last one was an explosion, but I don't know. It could have been just
Fair
an
enough.
accident or something, but we
Do you
haven't
know if
been
you
getting
have
our-
any
Yes.
fingers that might fit this? And I hold the hand with the still missing finger from earlier.
No? I mean, nah. Sorry, haven't had a hand in a minute. But, yeah, the cargo ships just keep getting interrupted, and I gotta raise the price. I gotta...
Fair enough. Well, I'm going to go ahead and pay 450K for your information there.
Wait.
Oh, well, thank you.
That should get us over our limit.
Yeah, it would. All right, yeah.
Also, anything you can give me about these robberies that are happening?
These robberies, man, they've been happening for over a month now. Like, I usually get a shipment every couple weeks. I haven't had one in like 6, 8 maybe. We're getting.
Have you not gone to the cops about it?
Oh yeah, they know. They're looking into it. They just haven't gotten very far.
Do you know where these the shipments come from? Like company name or vehicle that they come in?
We get from all over the place. We
Right.
got different shipments from everywhere. Yeah, we get some from. A lot of our stuff comes from Ithros. The mechanics over there. But we do get some hand-me-downs from loyalists. But, it's been rough, the shipments just don't get here, or if they do, it's like half of them ain't usable anymore. Using some kind of acid to kind of melt them flat, or I don't know, they just don't come out the way they're supposed to. It corrodes a lot of the wires and stuff, and a lot of the parts that I need.
Do the drivers give an explanation on when it happened or how it happened, or nothing?
Well, that's what they're looking into, but each one has been different. One was, like I said, all melted and shit. Last one exploded, just right in the middle of the track. Derailed. Then, of course, the derail destroys the parts, and they're just. And then, one of them seemed to up and vanish completely before the driver even got behind the wheel. Or the
wheel still counts. All right. Thank you. By the way, I am a cowboy, so this isn't just me like prying. And he's gonna give all this information to Fen to add to that lovely list of felons that are going on. What's the name of this pawn shop, by the way, DM?
Left Hand Delivery.
I like that. That is a good name.
for your right-hand man.
There we go.
Slogan. Get a little bonus in there. Left-hand delivery for your right-hand man. Anyways. So,
if you want, I'm gonna start working on this, and I'll let you know when it needs to be finally polished. If you want to go see if there's anything here that might be entertaining for you.
Certainly, yes, I can do that.
You do some shopping, looking.
Yes, I would like to just sort of wander around and sort of just browse.
Okay. We'll come back to that in a second. Venrana, you
Hello.
send your reply, or do you call? How do you approach your professor?
Just give him a call if it's within a certain time period where I know he's gonna probably be free.
Okay. Yeah, considering you received the message earlier this morning, prior to the during the great bus chase, yeah, you can call them. They would it's the afternoon.
Cool. And their pronouns are he, him, or are they, them? I can't remember with he, him. Cool.
He, him, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Aaron a call.
Okay. He answers. Hello. Ah, Fenra.
Bit of a snag. This entire trip has been a snag. However, that it does tend to be our job, doesn't it?
Welcome to the field work.
First time. Very exciting. Apparently.
Yes,
So-
the explosion, the news has reached here. We are aware of the internal damage, and we are upset of the lives lost. And we are aware of the missing items.
Fortunately, the explosion is the least of the problems that I've run into. Did you know that apparently there's a cult here that rather hates the integration of technology into people?
There was one several records ago. I believe there was belief that they had dispersed or at least integrated or been disbanished. Many of the main leaders were arrested and since have died either through natural cause or the crime punishment.
Yes, well, unfortunately, I have rather alarming evidence that is not the end of the story.
I see.
And even more alarming evidence that they have means to, and I'm going to pull out, show him the vial of acid, to duplicate our recipe, take magic down to its barest form, and then put it into potions form.
This is as you described in your email, and I understand, yes. That is disturbing as the items, artifacts that were being held in that particular church were some of the rarest and also some of the most dangerous.
Yes, I had feared that. What I find most alarming now is that I do not know how to proceed. We know this is something I did not add in the last interaction with you. We have found rather alarming proof that they are, I wouldn't so much say experimenting on children, as they have got it down to an absolute science on how to make them grow up in a rather alarming rate. A child that I saw who maybe have been 8 years old when I met her was well into her teens 2 days later.
I see. This means that he was right. That bastard. Shit. All right.
Who was right? Aaron? Who was right?
We had a professor here, a dwarf, half dwarf, the descendants of the dwarves, had discovered a theory as pertaining to not just that cult, but many other instances in history that magic arcane was used to accelerate the speed of development and grew in alarming numbers. Many kingdoms had been conquered in such a way. There isn't much damage to the individual as per se the body, but the mind is a child trapped in an adult's body. And we did not see it as a connection. The magic, it had just been rumored. There was no actual evidence, as much of it is
theoretical.
Essenceless, yes. So it was a theory. But if this is true, then his works needs to be re-evaluated for. Sorry, it's.
No, it's. I understand. I understand.
I do have to get back and tell the council and report this. We are going to have a special team assimilated to recover his journals. So, with the present situation, I would say treat every individual you meet. How long has this been running for?
The cult itself, I don't know the exact dates, unfortunately. This exact line of intrigue, 2 days since I got here.
Okay.
Literally the explosion.
As you say, this sort of refined development of this process had to take some time. When you understand the oral accumulation of facts, when through your talking with others, did events start to go awry in the area? When did the upheavals begin? This could give us a rough estimate time.
Let me see. I have that in my notes somewhere. Because I was talking to the one dude. 1 sec.
No problem.
Notes.
It's not me this time.
This break given to you by wargamesdelivered.com. 10% off their paints used for wonderful models. I do believe our darkness is, currently doodling. Not doodling, painting.
Painting.
And the very figurine that you see in front of Rev was also painted with it.
Yes. Of a charming rogue-like character, it seems. The code is
still wet.
The paint. The code is don't break 10. That's for wargamesdelivered.com. Code don't break 10.
I don't think I got how far back. God, I don't remember. Because all I have.
So, let me help.
All I have is I got that every month or so they have a new batch of kids, but I can't remember exactly when.
He didn't really specify how long. Not for my notes, anyway.
Let me refresh your memory if I can. The person in the deli said that it had been going on for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
The kids come in and then they had done, helped them out. The girl Trixie, before having been completely grown up, the first time with the cookie encounter, she said she missed her family, and it had been months since she had seen them.
Yes.
And then I want to say there was an encounter with the priest Boston's
Tobias.
mentor, Tobias, where things had started about 3 months ago.
Okay,
with
yeah.
the cult, with disruptions
So
and the
the most of it came from the last. Okay, this is where it is. I put years instead of months, though. Church known of the group for 3 to 4 years.
Yep, nope. It was 3 or 4 months they had been brewing. They thought they got rid of the last of the nests, and the kid had missed her parents. She'd been gone for 2 months, so roughly a better part of 3 months would be the best estimate. Yep.
Yeah. The best estimate I have currently with the timetables is around 3 months for them to be truly active. They have been bringing in at least 8 to 10 children every few weeks.
Well, that's okay. So with the development and the time that they had, I would say expect perhaps 10 to 15 grown children. The first few being the least likely to be loyal to the group. The later ones being more so. So you might have several willing and innocent individuals who will need our direct help for rehabilitation.
Yes, unfortunately, we have become rather acquainted with a couple of them.
I see. By I believe week 7 of this timeline, they would have perfected the formula, and then the children that were taken after that would be the most see the most growth and most brainwash at the same time, as they will be more strict on them. So yes, if there are 15 15 individuals, expect them all to be children. And in your head, you'll do the calculations, and with the timeline, there's probably just the recent 8 that will be the most, and then of course 7 earlier. So
So the 8 we saw in the church are probably the most brainwashed at this point, and it goes back in varied degrees there.
Yes, because the formula is part of the Yep. And so find them soon, and good luck. Best luck to you. I really have to get on.
Yes, we will be involving the authorities here and trying to put a rather speedy end to this, because I'm rather pissed off at them.
Understood. But yes, I have to assimilate a crew for the research of the journals. Ta-ta.
Goodbye.
Light dims. Chim Chip goes back into.
Yeah.
At this point, for brevity, we'll say that you noticed that the shop across the street had the cloth and the concrete powder. The cloth more in the form of a t-shirt, as is a more manual construction store. And then back to Nash and Granny. Lunch. Great meal. Amazing.
Oh yeah.
And the group will reconvene for lunch.
I would also spend the money to buy a bag to carry these around in, because these are not something necessarily you can just carry around in public, because these
look fairly damning.
Some of the stuff would be in bags, like just shopping bags that they provide you. But the pipes, you'd probably have a bag for that.
Well, once he's done constructing it, he's gonna get like a large duffel bag to carry the actual thing in.
Right.
The
Okay.
weapons in.
Sounds good.
So is everyone at the lunch table now, or are they
Yeah,
still?
yeah. It's a full table of empty dishes, or they're getting emptied because
Yeah.
Nash and Ramita are eating, and of course the empty plates are getting taken away by busy
Yeah.
waitresses. It is peak lunch.
Peak lunch hour, and they're getting slipped a butterscotch on every chance they get.
So,
They're loving it. They're all cleaning your table.
Mhm.
so your contact, how would he respond to all this?
Rather worried. He is currently working on getting together a group. Apparently, there was a professor at the college I attended whom had already theorized on the use of magic to age people prematurely. So, there's that.
Do you think he has any part of it, or are they?
Do not know, personally.
Do you trust him?
This cult, I never met him.
No, your professor.
My professor? Absolutely. He's the only one that gave me a chance. I have a rather unorthodox curiosity. I was rather unfocused, and he helped me zero in
Yeah, I can't
more.
focus either, but let's focus on the matter at hand.
Anyway, so there are particular notes that prove that these children, while all being aged exponentially, are also, with the applications of the magic, being brainwashed with it. Some to the point of irreversibility. Many... They're uncertain whether or not we'll be able to save all of them. The oldest will be the easiest, the youngest, the current batch, as it were, will be significantly more hard.
Which includes Trixie.
Trixie is a part of the last batch, not the current.
We sure?
She was not at the church.
When? I mean, yesterday. Yeah.
The night of, when they were being magicked in front of us. That was a different batch from Trixie's. All the children who were part of Trixie's batch would have been together. That is
Sure.
one thing with a control group.
But
Controlling
here's
a
the
group,
thing.
you must keep them together.
Yeah,
Separating causes a little bit more strife.
So if we were to separate the newest group, could that help us in bringing them back?
If we can get to them before too long, yes. Unfortunately, I do not believe what has been done to them can be undone. It's beyond my scope of knowledge, unfortunately.
There are
That
many
makes-
different ways.
I was gonna
Go
say,
ahead, Ramita.
if they're children, there's a way to get through to them. I've raised my fair share.
They are essentially children trapped in adults' bodies.
So
So's Nash.
Oh, I have dealt with a number of those.
I am, in fact, an adult. Trapped in an adult body.
I'm not giving up. I think there's still a chance we can get through to them.
The
Let's
elder
hope.
ones, the eldest will be the easiest to get to because they were unorganized when they first started. They had
Well-
to have been. They were the test run.
But here's the thing. We don't... Just because we have this data doesn't mean it's all the data is there.
No,
We're
absolutely
dealing
not.
with a broken deck. They could have been doing this for years.
Yeah, how do we know that the priest people now aren't former turn people, and how many times can this happen to you? If once takes you to a teen, twice takes you to a 20-something, all of a sudden you're a taxpayer. Like what? How do we know that they don't
Where's
have...
the line drawn in the sand?
Yeah, are we just like going up to people and being like, "Were you a child a week ago?" how do we...
To interject,
Fortunately-
I'm not sure of the relevance here, but Nash, you do know you should be paying tax before, like, when you get a job. That's when tax starts.
Ouch.
That's
Considering his past. Oh god.
Oh, you were in jail.
That was taken care of for the most part.
sure, yeah.
But you're
Anyway.
paying your tax now.
He doesn't have a job
We
yet.
have recordable jobs.
I've been out of prison for 3 days, and I'm now a Power Ranger with no income.
Yeah, I ain't paying you by the day. I'm paying you by the job. So, good luck.
Right.
That would be commission based. Anyway,
Yeah.
shall we continue?
Trust me, I am very personally aware of how commission based works. It's so anyway.
Session 0 literally had met Nash leaving prison. Just
I don't
so
think
the
Ben
audience
knows
is
that.
aware. No, the characters may not know that, but so the audience is aware because Session 0 was not on camera. Session 0 was behind the scenes.
Yes.
So, going back to everything, do we think we could find that professor? Not just the notes, like, do you think it's possible to find him and figure out why he had these theories?
Did he give you a name of the professor?
He did. However, it's not exactly important because he has an entire team looking for him now.
Yeah, I think we're
With-
scarier than a team, though.
Far more resources than we have.
That is
Also,
true.
I mean, we
We-
are in fact a team.
We are more focused on the cultists rather than the professor.
The science
children
behind
who
the
are
cult.
also now cultists.
Yes.
We want to save them, and I think the professor's the
do.
best route. Personally.
That is
You
a
know,
good
if
point.
there's
It's just
a way to reverse this.
There is an argument for you can recover as many children as you would like, but there is an inherent good in preventing more children from being in the same happenstance and going through this trauma.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
see, that is why I like you. Thank you.
Yeah, the only problem is we have a better lead on where the cultists might be going because we do have the vehicle that's been recently brutally damaged by our patriot here. We got names and IDs for a couple of them, and also blood sampling, hopefully.
At this point, Boston, you get a message sent from Priest Tobias.
Oh,
You receive a message. Do you open it
yeah.
while you're talking? Okay, while you're talking, everybody's just having this conversation. You notice
Mhm.
he opens his mail and it's from Tobias saying that we think we know where they're hiding. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh
Wait.
shit.
Actually, just before we do, Baldric, actually, I have a few things that I think I need to look into. I shouldn't be too long, but I'm just going to go and search a few things out. I'm just going to look for some information. And he's
Not going
to
alone.
leave.
Please turn on your GPS thingy so we
Oh,
can know
certainly.
if you have been kidnapped.
Yes, I will provide a lot of updates.
Tag along.
Do a contest roll.
Lordy.
Let's contest. Let's roll. Let's contest this. Sorry.
Who's got the more zoomies?
Baldric, if you have a higher roll than Ramita, you got out there before she could get up and become.
She's a
Right.
maniac.
I don't know where it popped up. Did I not roll?
You did.
I don't know what it said. Was it on?
14.
Should be in the Roll20 thing. Wherever that is on my...
Oh no, Rev.
Well, if you guys can see it, that's all that matters.
14
Yeah, Granny rolled a
and
14.
a 2.
Rem rolled.
You
a
latched
14.
onto that leg.
Velcro.
I am an ornament now.
A boot trinket, if you would.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see how far that goes.
I think Nash is probably going to, because that has probably slowed them down enough that he can walk over. Probably put a hand on Ramita's shoulder, and say, the true mark of friendship is letting them leave and hoping that someday they will come back to you in one piece. You must let them go.
He's been kidnapped, like, by you, even. So I've heard.
I did not kidnap him. I have not.
You were an
kidnapped
accomplice.
Anyone, in fact.
You were an accomplice.
I have kidnapped 0 people. Why am I a kidnapper now? This is not okay.
I'm just looking out because we decided earlier that we were gonna go in twos, and I am tired of just sitting around.
We decided earlier we were going to go in twos, and then we immediately broke that rule. That rule did not count.
At this moment, all the waitresses that have been receiving butterscotch candy from Ramita show up and start talking to her because they are on their break. Like, oh my gosh, you remind me of my grandma at home, and you remind me of my aunt, and they're just all talking to you, and they're like, come with us, we want to go on our break with you, and da-da-da, and so they kind of, in a kind of clustered school of fish kind of way, scoop you up and get you out of the door, to go have some girl talk.
Ramita has been kidnapped.
Yeah, you guys just let it happen in front of you?
Boston will straight up do this, just like...
I'm just like
talking about spa and salon and just all of that good stuff on their break.
That sounds like a dangerous place to be. I'm gonna stay here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna...
I'm giving everyone the stank eye right now.
Goodbye, Ramita. Enjoy your girl time.
With his,
I'm not allowed to come for
must
obvious
do.
reasons.
And yes, now that is where we are going to leave this party and this group, as Boston receives this message and all this other chaos is going on at the same time. I am Gear Sparks. I am the DM for this homebrew of a mess. And you can find me anywhere where Gear Sparks, like Twitch, Twitter, not Tumblr, TikTok.
OnlyFans.
No. Maybe feet pics. I don't know, but
We gotta watch ourselves with this, guys.
And we're banned.
Oh god.
Let's go around and meet our players again, and see if there's somewhere else we can follow them and enjoy their wonderful faces. Let's start with Boston again.
Hi, I played Boston Jones. Thank you for coming here tonight. I am just Brett, or the Cloak DM everywhere except Tumblr and OnlyFans. I stream every day, so if you want to come visit me on Just Brett with 3 T's, go for it. I'm here on Twitch. I post TikToks and YouTube videos occasionally, so just say hi.
Finrana, or Bloodlust King.
Hey guys, I am Bloodless King. I'm usually a VTuber over here on Twitch. I'm also on Twitter. What?
Tinder.
This is a new type of social media that we didn't know about.
Is this a new OnlyFans? Is this
Twitter, the Bird app, and the Clock app.
Bloodlust, we understand.
We all gotta eat somehow. We all gotta eat somehow. There's no
Wink,
shame here.
wink.
The bird app.
Oh
The
god.
app. Twitter and TikTok. I'm a VTuber. Hi guys. Bye.
I forgot to ask, what is each character feeling at this moment?
Stressed.
If we could go back to Boston, yes.
Stress,
Completely
period.
stressed out. Finrana, how's she feeling? They feeling?
They actually have a goal now, so focused more on that rather than, oh god, what am I doing? Oh god, what am I doing? I have to actually fake that I'm professional now.
Okay. Awesome. Let's put on our big person boots. Ramita, Darkness, how is Ramita feeling, and do you have any socials that we could follow you on?
I basically have no social media presence. Like, I have socials, but I never do anything on them. Yeah. So I'm Hello Darkness. On what?
We are in the dumpster today, guys.
Ramita is feeling betrayed as she's getting dragged away by, like, her worst nightmares. I mean, yes, I am an old lady and I am giving people butterscotches, but unless they are trying to fight with me, I don't want to communicate.
Social interaction is important for everyone at every part of their life.
My social interaction is fighting. My grandkids fight me.
We do not condone child violence.
Please don't find your
Well,
children.
yeah.
Fight your
Baldric,
children. Fight your grandchildren.
Please don't.
at least use the proper PPE. Helmets are your friend.
Not food.
Baldric, how is he feeling, and Rev, what are your socials?
Baldric is, he's got some things to think about. He was given some sage advice today from someone he considers to be a friend. And he's got, he's worried about the kids, and now he's thinking about, is there any way to undo what's been done to them? He's got a lot to think about. And as for socials, you can find me as Sanguine Reverend or Sanguine Rev in the places. So yeah,
Nice.
that's where I'm at.
Specifically OnlyFans.
It's all knee pics.
Nash.
Left knee, right knee, back of the knee.
Disney.
How is Nash feeling, and Tony, where can we find you?
Nash is feeling full.
You were doing so good, man. You were doing so good. You were this close.
Well, you're something else tonight.
We're all giggly.
Yeah.
I mean, so Nash is a little bit overwhelmed at the moment. This is his first time fighting what could be a global conspiracy cult, and that's a lot. And he'd just like to help some children. That is something that he knows will likely be good he can do in the world. Yet he's stuck convincing the lady handing butterscotch to let go of the Warforged leg. So.
Hey, he's been kidnapped.
And apparently you have too.
I was knocked out.
Able to pair off. No.
Two that have been kidnapped.
I am Gear Sparks. Oh wait,
real
no,
quick.
your socials, please.
Cut me off. I almost
No
threw-
socials.
I almost threw
No
my
social for
headset
you.
with that. It's fine. Hopefully it doesn't fall off my head as I say this. You can find me mostly on TikTok, with Tony Will Edit. It is Tony Will Edit and not Tony Willed It. Even though Tony Willed It would be dope, I edit stuff, so that happens sometimes. And that's mostly it. I can do Dungeons and Dragons things there. It's fun.
Awesome. I am Kier Sparks. Again, thank you for joining us for this absolute mess tonight. This has been breaking character. We try not to and always fail. More so tonight than ever. We are here Wednesdays, 9:30. Thank you for coming. Have a good night.